So this is a follow-up from Jamal's question. When you went to New Zealand, Australia, also in Australia,
New Zealand.
New Zealand or Australia?
New Zealand. New Zealand.
You see, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah. That's what I heard. Yes, New Zealand. Yes, and you met some people from Mauri and Maurice, and you felt more at ease with them rather than all the people from this island, which are mainly Christians. What did you mean by this? As you know, the Muslims are said to be close to the people of the book.
Huh? Muslims?
Yes.
So the Christians are people of the book.
See, the people of the book have totally abandoned the book. And you see, the continent of New Zealand is like a continent, which is included perhaps in Australia. They're quite apart from each other. It's a separate entity. And a huge continent, subcontinent, if not a continent. Now, in that continent, these people, the Mauris, are those who originally inherited the land, and fortunately they have not been destroyed like the Aborigines in Australia were destroyed. So the influences which worked here were different from those influences which worked there. This is in general the situation of New Zealand. When I went to New Zealand, I found that most of the people of the book had practically become atheists. They did not believe in anything, in fact. And one of the interviewers on television was supposed to be a Christian interviewer, and who criticized Jesus Christ for his conduct so obnoxiously in such language that it beat Salman Rushdie in its quality. Had it been a Muslim country, he would have been immediately destroyed. But he was given the opportunity on television to represent the government and the society, etc. So that is why, although they should have got their lesson from the book they followed, the books which they followed, they had practically forgotten all those lessons. Now, when I went to meet the Mauris, I detected a sense of religious unity among them. They all sympathized with each other, and apparently many of them who had become Christians, they had only become Christians apparently. So it's not a question of my choice between people of the book and the people of the book. Both large majority of Mauris call themselves Christians now. So both are the people of the book. But some are innocent people of the book and some are criminal-minded people of the book. Distorted attitudes are shown by the so-called original Christians. And the new converts have that sense of innocence about them. And when I delved deeper into their history and questioned them, I discovered that none of them believed in Christianity as such. They believed in their motherland. And some old religion, whatever they had, I don't remember exactly now the detail, but my discussions revealed that there is a strange dilemma facing the continent of New Zealand regarding their religion, whatever it is. You cannot define it either way. Neither the religion of the new converts nor of the old ones. There are discrepancies among them. what I discovered was that there was room for the spread of Islam, but the problem was that most Mauris blindly followed their leadership. Now, the common run of the people did not adhere to any religious practices. They left everything to their leaders and elders. And the elders, because of political exigencies, wanted to remain with the state religion. Although it is a supposedly secular country, but the church still has some hold, and this is the Jaliyat. And those who belong to the state religion, which is practically Christianity, they are given better opportunities to rise and to hold positions, etc., etc. So these are all the complicated problems which finally shape the society of New Zealand. So when I tried to convince them about the truth of Islam, etc., after a little argument, they were convinced, but only convinced mentally, and mentally superficially, in the sense they did not go deep into their thought to convince their hearts that they must accept this truth at whatever cost. For that they were not ready. So practically their conviction was only conviction of arguments, which is a separate thing. I've noticed here also in the West, when you give stronger arguments to them, they admit, but no more. So that is the problem with them as well. Nowadays we are looking for some translator which would translate the Holy Quran into Mauri language from Ahmadiyya translations. So maybe this will sow some seed of belief in God, in real belief in God, the study of that book, and maybe it would remind them of their old religion which they had inherited, which is something which they keep to themselves. They do not share with others. So this is what you might have read about my visit to New Zealand, which bothered you as to why I was behaving in a strange manner, right? So I have explained myself, I hope, satisfactorily. One thing I think I forgot to mention was that the respect they showed to me was of the highest degree and genuine. Amazingly, although I met not all, but many ministers and great celebrities in New Zealand, they all showed me that respect. But the difference between this and that was that their respect was sort of condescending. The normal respect was, they bowed down to me, from their ivory towers and showed me respect out of their kindness. Their respect was different. It was rising from below upwards. And they recognized somebody with some views which had to be respected, both the person who presented the views and the views themselves. So they met me with open heart and rubbed their noses against my nose, which was a symbol of the highest degree of unity. When they did it, it meant your honor from now on is our honor. Our honor is your honor. And we share this. And this they do not do to every visitor, you know. I was told everybody was excited when he watched this happen. And they also realized that there was some spiritual force which could help them in their resolving their problems. So in a strange way, they also started respecting for prayers. So this is the part which I forgot to mention, and I thought I should refresh my memory. Please. May is nose.
Yes.
With the Z at the end, which is not pronounced.
Yes.
M-E-Z.
Right. Yeah, we don't pronounce consonants.
So practically we know M-E-Z.
Nee.
All the sounds are there,
Yes.
but not pronounced in French.
That's right. Yes. Consonants are not pronounced.
Please. But when you rub each other's noses, you don't have to pronounce any sounds. Please, next.
Assalamu alaikum, Huzur.
Why?